Hey guys, I'd like to go over what's happening here for the week. Make sure you're good in everything. First and foremost, again, when we're coming back into school for Group B on Thursday, please look at your calendar that I've embedded here so you can see who's working period 4, period 5, and then also period 6. So you do have to click on these to see who they are, who's working. And again, just please let me know. Please make sure you need to go back and stop in with your monitor, whoever you're supposed to be reporting to, let them know that you're here. You're simply going to the student store to report. So if you're going to a study hall or the CAF, please take care of it that way. Um, Also, then in the agenda here, I have a note here about finishing up any outstanding assignments. Please take care of that. I've got a few people that still need to turn things in. I'll welcome you to do that. Please, please, please. And again, I'd even extend that out to Friday, November, which is the 6th. Okay. So please, please address anything that's still outstanding. I'd be glad to accept that. I don't have to post grades to the 9th. Some of your grades are not where they should be at, and I don't think you'd be happy with the final score. I think you can do better. So please address that. Some of you have not yet submitted to me the Eagle Emporium expectation. Again, that's something that should be easy. If not, no worries. You can go back. Again, this is going to be actually linked down in your, you can check your grade book, but it's in the Eagle Emporium folder here, where you can go back and click on that, download the file, print it out, sign it, have your parents sign it, then take a picture of it, then upload it, and that would suffice. If you do any makeup work or submit to the Eagle Emporium file, just maybe send me a message in Schoology that you did that so I can look at that, especially if you do that like on Friday. I want to make sure I get everything that I can post grades and be ready to go on Monday morning. So now, going to one last thing, task at hand for marking period 1, the Badger bill or the Badger tackle twill order that we want to go back and finish. What I like to do is, first of all, on that order, I like you to use a formula in that last column, the purchase quantity. And again, some people, when they were doing this, were figuring it out by hand or just in their head, which is fine. It's not a big deal. But some of the orders that we're going to be starting to do will be much larger. So I like you to simply use the formula. So again, where's that going to be located at? So you can check your grade book. It's back in course materials here. Go back into inventory management. And then last week, now there's accompanying video out there. I would suggest you watch that. That spells it out for you, okay, what you have to do. But again, here is the Google Sheet that you are working on. So again, you went back and you pulled the information from 2018, 19, and 20, and you plugged this in. This is the column that I'm talking about, you building a formula. So what you want to do is you want to add up 18, 19, and 20 and subtract off the quantity on hand. Now, when you do this, you will get negative numbers for some of these. So I'm going to simply use a formula here, build this. I'm going to click on the cells I want to add up, just as I'm doing here now, and I'll subtract off the on hand. Once I have that, I can either grab the little box in the lower right corner, fill that down. The other thing you could do is you could simply copy this and go to the cells you want to paste it in and Control V and put it in that way. Notice I get some negative numbers. That's fine. And the reason that would be okay is this is a minimum order that we have to place. So if I have a negative number, I'm in a surplus. I don't have to worry about that. And that's how I think we want to handle our orders here. You might want to go back and change this one -1 on hand back to 0. You don't have to. I realize it's there. But again, understand this is sort of how we want to set this up. That leads us into this Eagles football t-shirt order. Same thing. Okay, it's going to be a Google Drive assignment. You're going to have 3 columns of sales history, 18, 19, and 20 when that loads up. And then you're going to go back, you develop your formula. So where do you get all that information? So again, right here's where you have the 2018, 2019, and 2020's information. So you got to go back and do this. So this will take a little bit longer. It's a little bit bigger. So this is something you need to be working on for Thursday. This is long sleeve t-shirts are at the very top. I sort of have them grouped again by item size or SKU. So I've got the black sizes, smallest to largest. Heather is a dark gray, and then I've got the red, and then I go into just a normal t-shirt. Same thing, the black youth, the gray, and then also the red. Okay, so we're doing the same thing. So if you got the Badger Tackle Twill order down, this is nothing different. We're just getting this loaded up. So I can actually place an order. I started this back in March, right before we shut down, but I never did finish up on this. The next thing I want you to do is start working on the P&L that's going to span between March and October. Okay, so a couple things for resources here. I have on my agenda the YouTube P&L, but again, the profit loss statements will be listed right here. Here's the instructional videos. Here's what we did for February. So it's going to be similar to what we did in February with a slight twist, because normally we don't do this more than 1 month. So that leads into a little bit of a problem with the past sales history. So, for example, here, when I pull up the P&L itself, again, you have a Google Drive assignment. Take a look at this. This should look familiar. You're plugging in the sales history for 2019 and 2020. You're doing the cost here. You have a formula for all your profit. There's a formula already here, and then this is coming from the screenshot that's saved as a JPEG or a PDF, okay, out on the assignment. So if you go back to the actual assignment down below for the attachments, here's the 2020 sales information, 2019, and then here's the JPEG that I was talking about for the very bottom. So again, my suggestion is to go back and look at some of the resources there. I have videos already set up for you to do this. One thing on the videos, please disregard the past history. Let me pull this up so you can see this on your profit loss. Again, down here, this is how you figure out the net item sold, the unit cost, that's your VLOOKUP, total cost and filtering. Some of you go back and you utilize an online version of Excel, which I have everything right there for you. This is the video that we are changing a little bit. I'm not using the same file just because it's going to be all-inclusive between the month of March through October. So you're simply repeating what you did on the 2019 sales information as what you did on the 2020. You have to figure out the net item sold, the item cost, and then the total cost. So again, it's just a little bit simpler. It's similar. It's the same thing what we did for 2020, but you're doing 2019 and start plugging that in. So again, this is what I need you to start building here. All the formulas in column D will flow down through everything. I give you the formula here for D and E, so you'll flow all the way down through the entire worksheet. Let me know if you got questions, and let me know if you have any questions about working with the store later in the week. Use your calendar, figure out when you're working. Let me know if you got questions.